You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, NBC soap opera fans. This is Soap Dirt on YouTube. We want to talk about Bold and the Beautiful, and we are wondering if crazy Sheila Carter is going to snatch baby Hayes Forrester Finnegan and run. Let's dig into this and talk about it, because right now on Bold and the Beautiful, everyone's feeling pretty good. They think, oh, Sheila Carter's behind bars. She's facing decades in prison. They're relaxing. But, don't count Sheila and her 9 toes out just yet, because that would be foolish. She's got a plan, and it doesn't involve her riding in a 6x6 cell for the rest of her life. We will learn more about Sheila's big plan this week on B&B as she unveils her scheme to her prison pal, Mike Guthrie. But we want to talk about what she's going to do once she's out, because it seems inevitable that she is going to be able to get out. Hey, if you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any Bold and the Beautiful updates, spoilers, casting news, all the stuff you want to know. So this week on Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila makes a play to get her son Finn to help her. She already reached out to Jack Finnegan, since he's a top criminal defense lawyer, and he basically laughed in her face. And then Sheila's going to reach out to Finn through the jail's medical system, because he was her physician of record at the LA hospital when she had the heart attack outside Il Giardino when they were arresting her. So now the latest Bold and Beautiful promo shows Sheila telling Mike that she will not be behind bars for long at all. She is cooking up something big, and no doubt payback is involved. So this week when Finn comes to see her, they wind up in this bitter argument. Clearly, Sheila Carter doesn't think she belongs in prison, but that's where Dr. John Finnegan wants her to be, because she's way too dangerous to be on the loose. What's incredible is it sounds like Sheila actually tries to play the victim card with Finn, and that's when her son snaps and goes off on her. He screams at her that she is in prison because she confessed to murder, and he says, and you'll never get out. And let's also remember, in considering what might happen with little baby Hayes, is that every single person that has come to confront Sheila in jail has said the kind of things to her that are triggering her really badly. And of course they want to, spit on her feet and everything because she screwed everybody over. But she is still a human, and she still has her own feelings about this. And they are pushing her to the point of no return with these ongoing confrontations. They all want to make sure that she knows that she's alone, that they are all done with her, that she has nothing and no one. Taylor Hayes took great joy in telling her former friend Sheila that baby Hayes Forrester Finnegan would grow up never even knowing that she exists. And that is beyond the pale for psycho Sheila to tolerate. After all, her one son Finn didn't know anything about her growing up, and now her grandson won't either. And that could push Sheila Carter past her breaking point right as she is plotting her escape plan. If you didn't know, Sheila has a handful of other children. In fact, if you go to our Bold and the Beautiful playlist, you'll see we did a video about would any of Sheila Carter's other children help her, and we explain who all her other kids are. There's several. There's like 4 other that survived. So she actually has kids out there, and you never know. So, but only 2 of them might help her, and that is wicked twins, Daisy Carter and Ryder Callahan. And both the actors that play them are great. They're really good characters. They were primarily over on Young the Restless, I believe. So those 2 inherited their mom's worst terrible tendencies, but you never know. They might help her break out of prison, and I would love to see them back on Bold. So it's not clear how Sheila plans to escape her fate, but it also seems unlikely that she's going to hang around to be sentenced to 20 to life. She has escaped tighter spots than this. However, it also feels like Sheila is going to break out, wreak some havoc, and then run off until next time. Why leave a great villain in prison when you can set them free to keep everybody on eggshells all the time? So the big thing we're wondering about is whether Sheila Carter's fate is tangled up with her grandson, Hayes Forrester Finnegan. Is she going to do something unspeakably awful to Finn and Steffi before she runs off? Would she actually steal her grandson Hayes on her way out of town? Right now, Sheila is angry at some people and being very understanding at one person that she should be angry at. That person is Deacon Sharp. Even though he was the one who turned her over at the last minute to the cops, she felt betrayed, but she also knows that he cared about her, but she had painted herself into a corner. So strangely, she's not really burning up in hatred and revenge for Deacon. She actually still seems to care about Deacon and has forgiven him. The people that she wants to burn down over this are Rich Forrester and Bill Spencer. And in particular because they set her up with the FBI. Bill slept with her, told her he loved her, he wooed her, he won her, sort of. I mean, let's be fair. She was over there sleeping with Deacon, so it's not like she loved Bill Spencer, but she liked the attention and she liked this fancy new free life she had. But she is definitely furious at Ridge and Bill. So the question is she going to do something to them and take off? Or will she just do one big thing that will devastate everybody that has come up to the jail to hassle her? Think about the ripple effect if Sheila broke out of prison and stole baby Hayes Forrester Finnegan. Lee Finnegan was letting her flatline in a hospital bed and wasn't going to save her. Taking Lee's grandson would pay her back. Finn is rejecting her, and this week he's yelling at her, and he's not wrong. But, in crazy Sheila Carter's eyes, she doesn't like this. And so taking Hayes would punish Finn. Steffi showed up there and said some really nasty stuff to her. Taking her son would punish her. Taylor Hayes said, that baby is never going to know you because she's the other grandmother, she and Lee, and it's like he will never know about you. Those words in particular really seem to make the psycho flame up in Sheila's eyes. So taking baby Hayes would definitely punish Taylor Hayes, whom Sheila had wanted to be her friend and then came up to say nasty things to her. And in Sheila's twisted mind, she might think that Finn will never love her again as a mother, but if she takes her grandson and starts over, that she will have this great new chance for another life. We want to mention a few more things about this, but first, if you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, everything you need to know about Bold. So Sheila Carter unveils her escape plan this week she tells Mike Guthrie about it. It's not clear if she's going to use him as a pawn or as a distraction while she breaks out. It also, to me, feels unlikely that she would break out and just quietly leave town. That's not Sheila Carter's style. She's a going out in a blaze of glory kind of girl. She will either, show up and hold all the Forresters, all the Logans, all the Spencers at gunpoint, before she would leave town quietly. She's just not like that. And they've all triggered her so much. Of course, she had it all coming. The stuff she did was terrible. But I feel like that her reign of terror is not done, and I am very worried about baby Hayes. What do you think? Is Grandma Sheila going to snatch the kiddo?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.